Let's go. So, welcome to episode 4, might be 3 of the Snatch Chat podcast. I'm here with Joe. It depends if I'm going to get any time tomorrow to do episode 3. If I get time tomorrow, episode 3, this will be episode 4.
Okay.
No time tomorrow, episode 3. Time next week for episode 4. Okay? Yeah. But before we actually go into any of this, I've got some random questions for you. And in my true form, they are quite random.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a bit nervous.
So, Tom, behind the camera, Joe's only got 10 seconds.
Is that to answer each question?
To answer each question, she's still got 10 seconds for all of these questions. I don't think I'll be able to go through all these questions in 10 seconds.
Right.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm going to try.
Let's go. So, first one. If you could have an unlimited lifetime of supply of one food, what would you pick?
Mashed potato.
Mashed potato.
Yeah.
Why mashed potato?
So I really like mashed potato. It's so buttery and...
So even in like, you're in a shit mood, you open the fridge.
It's mashed potato.
Straight for the mash.
You could put something with it, you know. It's a whole meal, that.
Okay.
Cheese with it. It's a meal.
I can't imagine many people go for mashed potato.
You said quick fire. I didn't have time to think. I just thought mashed potato. I would have done chocolate, but it's too much, you know, caffeine, sugar. No, mashed potato.
Question 2.
Yeah.
What's your go-to, I should not be eating this, post-meal meal?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
What sort of chocolate?
Dairy milk or Galaxy. Depends. Tim Tams.
Is this a small bar of Galaxy or?
Well, I don't buy small bars.
Just
It's a family bar. Just go straight in.
Okay. If weightlifting didn't exist, what extremely random sport do you think you'd do otherwise?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
It's a good sport though, isn't it?
I just want to like throw things.
Dodge or ball.
I don't think I've played
Dodge,
dodgeball.
Duck, dive and dodge.
I don't think I've played dodgeball since school.
No, but my son plays it and I just really enjoy watching
He's
people
in a team?
Yeah, getting smashed in the face. It's amazing.
I didn't even know they did dodgeball teams.
Yeah, it's great.
Man, so if there's...
Not so stupid now, is it? Colin?
No.
No?
I like them apples.
If someone made a documentary about your training life, what would the unintentionally funny title be?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
No. Failure at its best, probably. But I mean, I'm not that funny to think of something funny. Sorry.
You had loads to go with the sport, weightlifting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've taken Snatch Chat.
Yeah.
But you could have gone on the lines of Snatch.
I could have.
Or
Watch this jerk clean.
Joe the Jerk Cleaner.
Yeah. No, but that takes it away the wrong way.
We like to take it on the edge.
Yeah.
We never play safe. So
line.
that you'd be glad to know they are the random questions over.
Okay, cool.
So I've coached you for how long now?
3 years.
3 years. Damn. So
I mean, I'm surprised you've forgotten that, to be honest.
time flies. I literally, when we were talking about it earlier, about British champs,
Yeah.
that British champs that we were talking about where we had a few tears,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like it was last year.
So it was this year.
No, like the first time we were British champs.
There's always cheers at my competitions. I don't know. I don't know which one I'm at.
Every competition.
Every competition.
But there's sometimes the happy tears,
They are, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get on to the emotional roller coaster that
Yeah.
you've not managed to get off
No.
for the last 18 months. But anyway, so when you first started, what brought you into weightlifting? How did you get into weightlifting?
So my ex-husband was posted to Cyprus, and there was a personal trainer on camp, and she did CrossFit. And I was working with a physio to try and recover after having the kids, and she suggested going to this personal trainer, and she worked quite closely with my physio, who happens to be one of my best friends, and we kind of worked on the lifting side of it to strengthen what I had.
Okay.
So that's how I got into that side of things.
So you got in through CrossFit.
Yeah, and then I carried on doing CrossFit for 3 years after that, and then I moved around quite a bit, got into CrossFit really heavily, 5 days a week training, and then moved to Stourbridge, and
From Cyprus.
from Cyprus then towards London, and then up to Stourbridge. And then I started going to a CrossFit gym that was like an hour away because I didn't really like the ones that were around here. And then found you. And I always enjoyed the lifting side rather than the running and all the other stuff. It was always about the weights. I wanted to get my anger out on the weights.
Yeah. So what was the decision in stopping CrossFit and just going for weightlifting only?
It helped me to manage life.
Yeah.
With all of the things that were going on, kind of weightlifting was my way of getting all my anger out, all of my frustrations, all of everything, everyday life stuff out.
Yeah.
And stepping away from CrossFit into just the weightlifting and focusing on that gave me a singular thing to focus on.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot more than just smashing everything in. And also, I didn't want to hurt myself. I tend to find that in CrossFit, I was just getting hurt all the time because I wasn't doing things. There was never enough time to hone in on one specific thing. It was just a lot of doing little things all the time.
A jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yeah.
That is literally the title of CrossFit, isn't it? If CrossFit had like a motto, that would be the motto, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you can't master all those skills.
No.
You know, especially when you live a full-time, when you work
a full-time job.
a full-time job, you've got 2 kids, taking them to school. Like you haven't got the time to master all those skills.
No.
So you end up just sort of doing a pretty shit job
Yeah.
to get you through all of those elements.
Yeah.
So when you first came to me, the goal was never actually to compete in weightlifting.
No.
What was the goal? Can you remember? Was it just to get strong
It's just to get strong.
and to improve the technique?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember talking about this a little while ago, and we were looking back at one of my first videos, and you were like, "You look like such a mom." in that video, and I was just like so offended by that. But then when you look at it now, you're just like, "Yeah, I can see the difference now."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so like the change has been massive.
It's been insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've still got videos of you doing snatches, failing snatches on just a bar.
Yeah.
Because what could you lift back then? Like what? Because we
proper stripped it back.
we
didn't
stripped
we?
everything back, didn't we?
Yeah.
To like really nail the foundations.
Yeah. I remember getting 35 kilos and being happy with it.
Yeah.
on a snatch. And I'm just like, yeah. Because before that, although I could lift 40, it was just all over the place, and my technique was awful. My brace was terrible. It was just a case of just throw it up and be happy with it.
So when you first started, then your PB was a 40-kilo snatch.
I think so.
Yeah.
A long
Clean and
time
jerk.
ago. Probably a 50 something.
50.
Probably not even that.
Yeah. And I remember when
I feel like that's so long ago.
It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. So then you started actually getting the bug for it, though, didn't you? Because your technique started getting better.
Yeah.
So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So did you compete within the first year? Was that the start of the
So-
second year? So we did the first comp at Central Staffs, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that was like the middle of so just before we'd finished our first full year together. So towards the end of the first full year.
Yeah, we did the first comp.
Yeah, and then we realised...
Why did you want to start compete? Because that was never the goal at the start.
No, I think it was just kind of like, give it a bash.
Yeah,
Have a bit of fun.
yeah,
See where I'm at. See like where everybody else is at.
yeah. Okay, so that was so about that first sort of competition then.
Yeah.
What was the goal? What was your goal, personal goal to execute at that comp?
I think it was... I can't remember the lifts, but I think it was more just about the consistency, like knowing that I can hit those lifts under stressful, situations.
Yeah. Do you remember what you got?
No.
I can't
You're
remember.
asking now.
I think it might have been just a 40 and 55, you know?
It was
I
something...
think we nailed your current PBs after that first year, just on the sort of platform. So then after that first competition, actually before that comp, I do remember we did an unaffiliated competition at Black Country Barbell.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And then...
I was so happy with that because it felt like such a little... And they were... Because you just finished doing like a 7-week program or something with all your lifters.
Yeah.
And it was like a competition for all of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was so nice because everybody was just like cheering everybody on, being like, you know, this is all about what you've achieved over the last kind of 7-8 weeks.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Because when we did that competition,
that's when I realised I wanted to do like the next
because then
competitions.
at the end I remember saying to you like, Joe, like we need to compete because you've qualified for British champs already by you know what we did here. Yeah. So that's when we booked the Central Staffs competition with the goal of just hitting exactly what you've just hit there to get a proper score. So then the year after we can go to British champs. Yeah. So that was last year. Yeah. It was quite an emotional time around that, though, wasn't there? There was a lot going on. Yeah. But emotions were high. Yeah. We went in. Your first lift was a 45, wasn't it? 45 kilo snatch.
Probably.
You failed your opener.
You're remembering this a lot better than me.
You failed your opener.
Yes.
You've got to remember the failed opener.
Yeah. Oh,
you came back round.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going up, and I was like, no, you're not.
I am.
We had this little 2 and 4, didn't we? And I was like, you're doing that exactly the same again. Yeah. You went out for the second attempt at 45, absolutely snatched it, smashed it. Snatched it. You did absolutely snatch it. Yeah. And then the third attempt, we went for 53. You went out back and did a 50 because you smashed the 50. Yeah. And you were like, I've got it. Yeah. I've got a 53. Yeah. Went out there and threw it behind you.
Sounds about right.
So we didn't have the 53. No. But it's always better to lose it out back because you know then you've got there's a higher chance that you know you had that. Got that out of the way. Mm-hmm. Then we got into clean and jerks. Yeah. Did you hit your first 70 kilo? I can't quite remember what we did now.
I can't remember.
We opened up at 60. I'm pretty sure we went 60, 65, 70 and failed the 70 on the jerk with the arm bend.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, finished that competition. Came second. Was it second, first medal?
Bronze, I think.
Third?
I think so.
Second or third? That was July anyway, that British Champs was. Yeah. Then we had this period of like, right, we're gonna get everything back on track now. We're gonna have a calmer life.
Yeah, I really suffer though. Once I've finished a competition, I've got a good month of like a post-competition blues. Yeah. And I really, really struggle with just like getting back into it.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's all the work up towards it, and then you're like, well, the next one's so far away, so it's not a now issue. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just so tired because it just takes so much out of you, and like your life is all encompassed. So I'm just like, just give me a breather. Yeah. And then once I've had my, like, I remember the first one, it was like 2 weeks maybe, and then I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But then after that, every competition after that, it's taken me a good month. Yeah. And I think that's probably because every competition I put more and more pressure on myself. So I'm just like, this is like, I'm all in right now, because a couple of weeks before, I always start panicking about my weight, and then I have to be really strict on my fluids and my diet, and I'm not normally like that.
I think we just got to pause there.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know what I'm going to say? You worry about this weight thing.
Every time.
Every single time. And you got about 4 kilos in it. Yeah. And you get to the point where you're now so stressed about weighing.
I went in today with 2.5 kilos to play with.
But you've spent the whole last week going, I'm overweight.
Yeah.
So we haven't cracked that just yet, have we?
No.
Are we ever going to crack that?
Well, I hope so. I think my issue is that I had a holiday before this one. Yeah. And I'd put quite like 2 or 3 kilos on, but that weight seemed to have just dropped. Like I didn't even have to try to drop that weight. So I haven't been quite as stressed this time about my weight. Yeah. But it's been like a niggling thing in the back of my mind. Yeah. I just think I'm panicking about actually getting to competition day, and then you have to oh, I'm over, and then I have to do a load of running, and I'm like, I'm not about the running.
No.
I'm not here for
Or the
that.
sweating, or the non-eating,
Yeah.
or the fasting.
Yeah.
You are here for a a pre-comp burger.
Yes.
And a good old breakfast before praying.
Every time. This is what happens. You tell me to do something, and I do it every time.
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit.
You are a creature of habit.
Five Guys every night.
Every night?
Every night before comp.
I think you should
I wish I could get away
every
with every
night.
Can you imagine?
So British Champs was last July. Then we went. So then you had that month period where it was just trying to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Come around. It was like September time, and it was like, right, we need to really dial in now.
Yeah.
Competition, December 2025, English Champs.
Yeah.
That was a pretty awesome competition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did you go for? What did you hit now?
They failed me at 73 for an elbow bend on the clean and jerk, and I think I got a 55 or a 57 on my snatch.
55, 57, yeah. It was a comp. That was a comp PB, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those were both.
That was it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was the one.
You walked away with the gold medal.
Yes, I did.
At the end of that competition, we had tears. But these were happier tears.
Yes. I'm so happy.
I do remember though, because that one guy on the mic at that comp, he was like, it was awesome, but he was sort of telling the audience like where you were in that comp.
Yeah.
So you were sat behind there, and he was like, if Joe makes this,
Oh.
you know,
Shut up.
so you've done your snatches, so you go round for your clean and jerk,
Yeah.
and he's like, if she hits this, she's won. She is
Yeah.
the English champion of
Nothing like a bit of
2025.
pressure.
He put so much pressure on that did you end up failing the opener of the clean and jerk?
I think I did, yeah.
You did, didn't you? And then we were like, no, come on, it's like, you've got to get back
Yeah.
in the zone.
I've only got one lift that clean and jerks.
Yeah,
That set.
yeah. So then we nailed that second one, didn't we?
And then failed the last one.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all about getting the score on the board,
Yeah.
and that's what we did. 2026.
25.
No, this year.
This year is 2025.
Oh, last year was 20. I'm losing track.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we're not in 2026.
No.
We're in 2025.
We are.
Going into 2026.
Yeah.
But let's talk about 2025.
Okay.
So, the start of the year, we had British Masters Championships
We did, yeah.
in Bangor.
We did.
Good old Bangor. It was absolutely chucking it down with rain.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was awful, wasn't it?
I had to walk there on my own in the morning, walking up that hill.
But you had a really good day with the kids out for the day before. Weren't you on the beach?
Yeah.
Fossil digging.
Yeah, something like that.
And then
Glass, looking for glass.
the glass. Probably find that quite a lot.
Sea glass.
Yeah. So that was a really good competition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the score, this is the annoying thing I think with comps. The score didn't give it justice, did it?
No. Yeah. Yeah. And it was a different setup because obviously you've gone from 2024 doing British and English, where they're quite big events.
Yeah.
To Bangor, which is a big event in itself, but it's completely different to these ones.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to figure out where your mind's at, you're just like, I don't understand what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And I always get like that when it's a new place.
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit.
It was a very odd event, though, wasn't it? It was loads of chairs,
Yeah.
just no one sat on them.
Not many spectators. Which was, I mean, it was great, but you really knew who was watching you
Yeah.
because there's not many other people there.
And that was the first time actually competing in front of,
My kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
which must have been quite cool.
Yeah. And my daughter, I don't think my daughter was there.
No, I think it was
my
just,
son.
yeah. So, what did you hit at that competition now? I remember the snatch. Was it 60 kilos?
No, it's 57.
57 kilo
Yeah.
snatch. And you rolled it forwards.
I just let go of it.
Joe snatched this weight. It's overhead.
Yeah. And I
She stands it up. And as she's standing, she just lets
let
it go.
Just let it go too soon.
Like you stood up with it, didn't you?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you
I
let
just
go,
let go.
before the judges said down.
Yeah.
Gave you the down single,
Yeah.
which was a failed lift.
Yeah.
Which was utterly,
Devastating.
it was absolutely devastating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, anyways, you get into clean jerks. Clean jerks went really, really well. Third attempt. What did you hit?
73.
73.
Yeah.
With the old elbow bend.
Yeah.
Obviously a no lift again.
Yeah.
But what did you finish there? 55? and 65, 55, 65,
No, it would have been 70, I'm sure.
55, 70,
Something like that, yeah.
which obviously doesn't sort of give it
No,
the...
justice that it was.
Yeah.
I needed.
So from there then, annoyingly, you weren't allowed to use that score to qualify for British, were you?
No.
British weightlifting. Because
I think I got the 73.
did you get the 73 and failed the 75?
No, I didn't attempt the 75. We went out with a...
Your last attempt, I remember it was the old bend of the elbow.
so it must have been a failed 75.
Must have, yeah.
I'm trying... It's really hard to remember. They're all
I'm pretty sure it was the 73 you got and you failed the 75.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that pesky bloody armband. But that score, we were hoping that we'd be able to use that score for British champs.
Yeah.
They're both different federations, aren't they?
Yeah.
But anyways, the rules were you couldn't.
No.
We did the in-house competition to qualify for British champs this year.
Virtual, yeah.
We did the virtual.
Yeah,
That virtual went really, really well, didn't it? We went
Yeah.
for 6 for 6.
yeah. That was
Biggest
amazing.
total.
Yeah,
Then for British champs.
yeah.
British champs went really well, didn't it?
All things considering, yeah, I wasn't in a good way. I was not in a good way.
No.
And
There was a lot going on outside of the gym, though, wasn't there?
Yeah. I remember you saying to me afterwards that you weren't sure if I was going to pull it together.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you remember, you said that you'd looked at me and were just like, I don't know how you're going to do this. And I wasn't even behind, I was just sat watching at the time.
I think we can look back now at that. There was a lot going on, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
But you were like a shell of a person.
Yeah, I wasn't me at all.
Like mentally, you just weren't your normal self.
No.
You got through that competition
Skin of my teeth.
and you won.
It was all on cue points, wasn't it?
Oh God, yes. Oh,
So
the cue points.
Theoretically, I won, but because of the whole situation with them changing how it was scored,
Yeah.
I came third because of the age.
Third overall.
Yeah.
So the cue points
All
was
women at 77.
yeah. So the cue points. So you got the Sinclair, which is body weight against the weight that you've lifted, and that gives you a score.
Yeah.
Cue points is basically very similar to the Sinclair, but then it takes your age into consideration. And the hardest thing about that competition being against cue points was
don't know
you
where
just
you are.
didn't know
No.
what you needed to lift.
Yeah.
Was it a kilo? Was that going to be the extra
Yeah.
3 cue points you needed? Or did you need an extra 13 kilos? Like you were just pissing in the wind, weren't you?
Yeah.
Which was really
100%.
annoying.
Yeah.
But luckily, they didn't do that for English champs, where we are right now.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty awesome competition.
We have. It's all things considered.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy with where I am.
3 weeks in Australia,
Yeah.
to come back for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
get training back
Yeah.
into in the routine,
yeah.
and then compete.
Yeah.
That after that 3 week period,
Mm.
like I was just saying, wasn't I? Like you've got to focus on hydration, nutrition,
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
They are the 3 things. Because it wasn't like a strength thing, was it? Like the body
No.
looked tired.
Yeah.
You were like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I'm going to let you down. And I was like, no, you're not going to let anyone down. Like we're going to go and just have fun. And I think this was probably the first competition
Yeah.
where I can I can firmly say that like Joe had fun today.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
have fun.
there's
I
always
didn't-
going to be nerves.
Yeah,
But
I
you're never going to get over the nerves. But the nerves didn't cripple you.
No, I just didn't. I didn't put too much pressure on myself because I was like, well, the thing is that I'm not going to do as good as I have done before, but I need to remember why I'm doing it. What's my why?
What is your why?
My why is to stay strong so that I can spend more time with my kids doing the things that we want to do,
Yeah.
and just keeping my mental health stable.
Yeah.
That's
So-
my why.
Okay, so why does weightlifting help with your mental health?
I think it gives me an outlet, so I can put all of the things out of my head into the weights, and then I know that, like, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's just let's get this done. Let's put all of the energy that I don't want or that I do want, and it all goes into the muscles, and it's just like as soon as I'm done, there's so many endorphins and I'm so like calm.
Yeah.
That's easiest way to explain it.
Yeah. So there was less nerves. You focused on the why
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Explain the comp. Let's just go through. Let's talk with snatches. So we were quite reserved, weren't we, at the start?
Yeah. So this was my first competition without you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Without you, and
I am here.
You are here, but like normally you're right there, right in my ear. Like this is what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
and it was a lot more pressure on me to try and figure it out. And Joe, bless him, stood in for you and was amazing.
Yeah.
And just, I think I'm the type of person that needs a bit of validation. Like, you're doing fine, you're doing really well,
Yeah.
like you smashed that, like, because I can't see it in myself. So we went into the snatches and I was like, I've put down my 45 as my opener. I don't want to open at 45, I want to manage a 50.
Which is your heaviest opener?
Heaviest opener, yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. And I got it. And because I'd done the 45 and then I'd done a 48 and then I smashed a 50 out back. And then I was like, do you know what? That felt good. Like, felt easy.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just do that. Let's just do it. So we changed it to a 50. And then there wasn't really any, like, I didn't need to do any more out the back. I was like, let's just go 53. Like, my biggest comp snatch is 57, so let's just work our way up. Like, I would love to get a 55 today. That's what in my head. But anything over a 50, I'm happy with.
Yeah.
So we'd gone 53, nailed it on the platform, and I was just like, oh, I'm not sure what to do now.
Yeah.
So we were like, just go 56. Joe was just like, we'll just do that, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Because I'm just very much like, well, you tell me what to do, because like, you can see what I can do. I can't see it. I can feel it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So we went for 56 and I caught it fractionally too far forwards and I couldn't save it. So I didn't even get to stand it up.
So, it's so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you know exactly what you did. Because there's times when, like, you've sent it too far back
Yeah.
and then you can't save it.
No.
Like, with the snatch, you've got such a fine line to nail that lift, haven't you? So, finished the snatches with 53.
Yeah.
I then finished with Lucy. So, what is the chances? I've got two people competing
Apparently
on Sunday,
quite high.
and you're both on at the same time. So I was over with Lucy because it was her first English, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was no one on her platform that we
No.
even like knew.
Yeah.
At least like the guys from Psych that we've been with them at other competitions.
Yeah.
So like that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lifesavers, if anything.
Yeah. And the thing is that because of the type of person I am, I needed to feel safe with somebody.
Yeah.
And like being with Sam on the platform and then being with Joe, it was just like I felt safe. I was looked after.
Yeah. And then we did clean and jerks,
Yeah.
which I think they were the best clean and jerks.
I've done in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 weeks, all you've sent me on messages is.
I feel awful. I feel awful. I don't want to do this. They're going to go terrible.
So we opened up at
65.
65.
So I put down 60 as my opener.
Was that the heaviest clean and jerk you opened up at?
Potentially. Probably on a par.
Yeah. Then from 65 we went to 68.
Yes.
Nailed 68.
Yeah.
Then we
Which is the heaviest I've lifted since British.
Yeah.
I haven't done that heavy for a long time.
And then we went 72.
Nailed that.
And we were like, it could go either way.
Could go either way.
Like sometimes, because there's a lot of pressure on your legs, isn't it? I know it's only you've done 5 lifts, you've got 1 more to go. But it's for the fatigue, isn't it? Your energy starts to dip and, there's a lot of emotions to go through.
And the worry was always in my head because there'd been a lot of like issues with the judges saying no lifts to people who potentially had really good lifts.
Yeah.
So
That one before you, where the judges all gave her a red because they thought the elbow touched the knee.
Yeah.
And it was nowhere near.
No. So there was that was in the back of my mind, and then there was something happening on the other platform.
Yeah, someone ended up putting
Yeah.
the bar, or dropping the bar onto their neck. And
Yeah, which I didn't want to know about. So I didn't. I was just like,
you said you didn't want to know
something
about
going
it. You didn't. You said you didn't want to know about it. But when someone was talking to me, you're like, "What's happened?"
I was like, there's something happening. I want to know that they're okay. Like what kind of thing it is, but don't tell me if it's somebody that's really hurt.
So anyway, you found out what happened, and then I'm sat there
yeah.
with Joe's tensing and Lucozade looking at the board, thinking that Joe still stood next to me. I look behind me.
I'd gone for a little walk.
And you've gone for a little walk to just tell them, just to gossip about, have you seen what's happened on the red platform?
Yeah. Do you know what's going on? The thing is, those are the kind of things that keep me calm. Like if I sit and I relax, I'm not relaxing, I'm just sat and worrying about what I'm going to do next. So I'm like, yeah, just let me walk around, I'll be fine.
And then the person on the mic was like, Joe Ansell, in 60 seconds, and you're like, oh yes, okay.
Okay, me now.
And you went out and hit a 72.
Yeah.
Absolute smash
it.
72.
I was so surprised that my elbows didn't bend.
I know. Insane. It was the cleanest jerk possible. All comes together, doesn't it, on the comp day? It's just trusting the process.
And I came off, and so many people were like, so did you just pee on it? And I was like, no, I was just really happy that I got it. Come off jumping straight into your arms, and it's like, I got one. I got one today.
So, finished up with a 125. 125.
Not right. Yeah,
Yeah.
125, yeah. Which is only 1 kilo off my best.
1 kilo's off your best total.
Yeah.
After that rocky period.
Yeah.
You know, it's been awesome, hasn't it? Mm. And you came third. Look at the medal. Another medal. So, next year, 2026.
So hopefully we've got a bit of a better mentality going into 2026.
Yeah. You're like the Titanic.
Yeah. You keep telling me that. You keep telling me that.
The only difference between you and the Titanic
I won't sink.
is you've got a big old bucket that keeps chucking this water out and it just won't sink.
Yeah. So last year's been tough.
Yeah. What's the plans for 2026? Consistency, but what's the goals?
Oh, the goals.
So if we're sat here at the end of next year, what do you want to achieve?
So for my comps, I'd like to get a 60 snatch and an 80 clean and jerk.
Say it again.
I want to get a 60 kilo snatch in comp because I've hit it in training this year, but I want to get it in comp, and I want to hit an 80 kilo clean and jerk.
An 80 kilo clean and jerk. So
whether that's comp or not, I don't know yet how that looks.
What do you think you need to do though to like get those? So think about those individual movements. Yeah. What do you think is holding you back from getting that 60 kilo snatch and then you getting that 80 kilo clean and jerk?
So I get scared whenever the plate colour changes.
Yeah.
So once you move up to a different plate, it terrifies me. So it's
plate anxiety is a thing.
Yeah. The mental game is real.
Yeah.
So with my snatch, I want to try and get used to using the 20, so I'm hitting 55s consistently, and then I can build it up from there.
Yeah.
With my clean and jerks, I really I'm going to try and work more on my squats to build up the strength in my legs.
I think we just need a period for the next sort of couple of months.
Consistent squat lifting, because I don't like squats.
You don't, but it's almost like the thing that's holding you back in the clean is like your squat strength out the hole.
Yeah.
Your front squat is very close to what your 1 rep max clean is.
Yeah.
There's not much of a discrepancy there. Like you want to sort of know that whatever you're cleaning, you've got an extra 20, 30 kilos in those legs just to stand it up because that front squat is like that clean is such a grind to drive out of the hole. It's then making the jerk harder, isn't it? Because your legs are then tired going into that jerk. Yeah. And I think like we're getting better at it, but I think we just need to build that consistency of sitting back and down into that back knee because you're very much so we hit the split, but you stay quite high. Yeah. And you staying high in the jerk, it only means that there's a higher chance of that elbow bend.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest downfalls.
But like trusting that split is the biggest thing, isn't it? And the snatch, you're not a million miles away from getting that 60 kilo snatch.
I've had it. I just haven't had it in comp.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of make sure that I'm hitting the 55 regularly.
Yeah.
So that it's like every day of the week.
Yeah,
like I can hit that.
On a good day, bad day,
Yeah.
whatever day.
And then 60s is kind of more likely to happen in comp.
Yeah. Okay.
Because comp day, I've always got more than what I do in training.
Yeah.
And that's all the extra energy and the sweets.
Yeah.
But
So, what do you do before a heavy lift? Like, what is your mental game before you go into like a heavy lift?
I really try not to think about it.
Because this is the biggest thing that everyone suffers with.
Yeah. So I don't go into it not thinking that it's heavy. I know it's heavy, and I respect the bar, because if I don't, I know that I'm not getting it.
We started that ages ago, didn't we, about respecting the bar?
yeah.
But I think it is definitely a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Because I'd go out and I'd be like, well, it's not heavy, but it is heavy. And you need to know that it's heavy, but you also need to, that bar will humble you so quickly.
yeah, the
You
bar
need to-
always
yeah.
wins, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
The bar likes to school you every now and
Yeah.
again, just to let you know that, like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, I'm 45,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know, you might
Yeah.
be chasing 55, but
Yeah.
got to get past me first.
Yeah.
So, what were you thinking about then before you hit that 72 kilo snatch? Like, as you're setting up at the bar, like, what's going through your head?
So for this particular comp today, it was more about, I know I have this in me,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter either way,
Yeah.
whether I get it. I was thinking about staying strong in the lockout of the jerk.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing that, like, I lose.
Yeah. So the biggest thing I've just heard you say there is you literally had one thought.
One thought.
And that's all you need.
Yeah.
Like, you forget about all these little intricacies, don't you?
Yeah.
Think about keeping the bar close, want to be on my heels,
yeah.
driving out the hole, keep my
Yeah.
chest up tall. Because all this just clogs the ability to actually lift.
Yeah.
You know the clean is the strongest part of the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Got to get through that clean.
Yeah.
And then it's just about fucking lockout.
Yeah.
Get that strong lockout.
Yeah.
So having that one thought process
Yeah.
is a big thing, a big sort of takeaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
That anyone is listening when they go into a heavy lift. Forget about all the intricacies.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that's going to make a difference between a successful and an unsuccessful lift?
Yeah. It's definitely the one thing. Like, my weakest point is always the thing that I think about.
Yeah.
How can I make that the best it can be today?
Yeah. So we'll start wrapping up now. If there's people listening that don't do weightlifting,
Yeah.
but always like the idea of weightlifting, what would you tell them?
Give it a try.
Why?
Because it's fun.
What makes it fun though?
I don't know how to put it into words.
But you got to try. Come on, Joe.
There's so much that you can gain from it. So I think about where I started from. I started because my pelvic floor and my core was shocking. And I've got to the point where I can lift reasonable weights without having to worry about it. Like, my strength has kind of come up exponentially. And the fun thing is that you are really just taking all of your aggression out on the bar. And that's the thing that really put me into it. Yeah. Like, I'm so happy that I get to just rip these things off the floor and just like, yeah, I just stood this up.
Yeah.
And it just makes you so happy that you've achieved something.
Yeah. What do you get from weightlifting that you don't get from just general weight training in the gym? Because we were talking about the Olympic lifting, snatch, clean and jerk. But some people would be like, oh yeah, but it's the same as lifting weights, surely. No. What do you think is difference between just lifting like bicep curls, squats, deadlifts compared to Olympic weightlifting, snatch, clean and jerk?
Me personally would get so bored of just doing that singular thing, and it's more, you get so much more. It takes so much more of your body, so much more of your thinking, and you have to go all in.
Yeah.
To Olympic lifting, you can't just, I'm just going to do this, and that's me like generalizing because I've never just done just done lifting. Like, I don't know how to do a bicep curl because I've never had to do them. But like, it takes so much more of your whole body and all of your energy. And I was talking to somebody today, and she said to me, I wouldn't give it a try because it's just too much cardio. I'm just like, but then you speak to people who do cardio and they're like, but you don't do any cardio. What's your cardio? And I'm like, lifting is my cardio.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to do anything else because lifting is my cardio.
Yeah.
You get so much from all of the different movements, the tiny bits that you have to put all together.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and it makes you so happy when you can see all the different steps come as one.
Do you find though, like, with general training, and I know that you said you haven't really done it, but like, I've done it before, but I find it really hard to get like focused in that session because there's no real thing between like sitting down, standing back up in a squat, curling a dumbbell to my shoulder and back down.
Yeah.
Like there's like technique behind it.
Yeah.
But with weightlifting, that it is so intricate.
Yeah.
You can't just do a snatch, sit back and just chill.
No.
Like there's so much thing to think about, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like you miss this one thing, so you start to fix that.
Yeah.
And then like something else has gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like with your training cycle, yes, there's only the snatch and the clean and jerk. But you start to like, okay, pulling powers, like pulling speed off the floor is like a big weakness. So like we're going to have a real focus on that for the sort of next 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Because your lockout overhead has never been an issue.
Yeah.
And then you'll start to develop this. And then something else unravels.
Yeah.
So you're sort of like darting around, but
Yeah.
you're never sort of happy with every aspect of your lifting.
No.
There's always something to sort of like bounce off, fix this. This is the biggest issue. This is what I need to focus on.
Yeah.
You focus on that, you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You do a PB and you look back and like, oh God, I'll go back over here now.
Yeah, it's like we've had this conversation so many times. You never get both lifts that are good at the same time.
No.
So you fix your snatch, your clean and jerk's gone to pot, and it's like, well, I've literally just done so well in this, and now you're telling me that I need to focus on you again. And it's like, they're so different.
Yeah.
Like, it's all so many different movements for both things that you can never just get them both right.
Yeah. But that being said, though, that is then, it gives you that outlet so you can literally forget the world when you head to that bar.
Yeah.
Because you've got to focus about those lifts. Because otherwise your session just doesn't go to plan. So you've really got to like close the world out to do that session.
Yeah.
Which is really good in a way because being quite selfish, you need to give yourself that time.
Yeah.
Now, everyone needs to give themselves that hour for themselves.
Hour.
Hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Maybe 2 hours, look at me. Yeah.
So that's why people should get into weightlifting.
Yes.
If there's people on the other end of this podcast that do weightlifting but don't compete, why should they compete? What did you get out of those competitions that they will get out of it?
I'm quite a competitive person, and I really thrive on. I will always better myself knowing that there's somebody to chase. But even if I didn't, the ability to go, do you know what, this is where I'm at? And actually, I don't know whether or not those lifts that I've done in training actually count as lifts.
Yeah.
Like, when you're looking at the rule books, like, you can lift whatever you lift in training, but as soon as you get to a competition, like, your focus is so different, and you can see all the little things that you need to focus on. It gives you just a bit more of a meatier chunk to work on.
Yeah. Just training and hitting PBs in training is fantastic anyway.
Yeah.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
But you are only ever hitting PBs in a perfect setting.
Yeah.
You are in control of your rest period.
Yeah.
You are in control of when you train, what time of day you can go out, your perfect meal before that.
Yeah.
You're not bothered about a weight class. Not saying that everyone should bother like with a weight class, but like whatever you sit at is what you compete at. But you still got to make sure that you stay there before that comp. You then got 2 hours to refuel, hit that competition.
Yeah.
You don't have these perfect parameters, do you?
No.
It tests you. It gives you that extra level of testing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you do it under pressure? You've got 3 attempts.
And I think that's the thing as well. Before I got into the comps, it was like, oh, I've missed that 55. I'm just gonna have a rest. try it again. I've missed it again. I'm going to have another rest. I'm just going to keep doing it until I get it. But actually, you don't get that in the competitions.
No.
You either hit it or you don't.
Yeah.
And if that's your last lift, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing I keep saying in training, isn't it? I don't care what your 1 rep max is. We've got to get consistency at these weights.
Yeah.
So we know that we have always got a 55 kilo
Yeah.
to unlock the door of a 57 kilo,
Yeah.
to unlock the door of a 60 kilo,
Yeah.
and so on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you can hit a 65
No.
on the perfect setting,
Yeah.
but then you're nowhere near it at any other time of the day, any time of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is why people need to get into weightlifting. And if you're in weightlifting, that is why you need to compete. I don't really know how to do outros to podcasts.
He's been Connor, talking about weightlifting.
Joe's been Joe. But yes, thank you very much for being on episode 4,
Thank you so much for having me.
maybe episode 3.
See how it goes.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed listening. See you in the next one.